Hi, and welcome to 3 Things in 3 Minutes. I'm Nersi. Today we are looking at Star Wars Outer Rim from Fantasy Flight Games. It plays 1 to 4 players and plays in 2 to 3 hours. What it's about: this game is Fantasy Flight Games' take on the space pickup and deliver sandbox theme, this time taking on the fringes of the Star Wars universe. You play as one of several characters on their starships, and you move from planet to planet, taking on delivery missions and bounties, buying goods and upgrades, and fighting off patrols from the likes of the Empire and the Hutts to gain fame points. The first person to earn 10 fame points in a normal game wins. What I like, though the game has a lot of inspiration from other space-themed sandbox games, it makes some compelling refinements to the mechanics. Now, combat and skill checks are simplified with the signature use of Fantasy Flight custom dice, and all the planets share a common market with individual item type decks, meaning that you don't have to sift through a deck to find the type of item that you want. And the modular board adds some variety to the layout if you choose to randomize it. Also, the game has some nice component upgrades that, while are common in a number of modern board games, so far have not been commonplace in Fantasy Flight Games' games, such as a dual-layer player board and an AI deck that lets you play the game solo against a dummy player. Also, more than many similar games, the mission and encounter cards, which are much like the ones that you see in the Arkham Horror board games, do have some text that weave a Star Wars narrative. So yeah, you can expect to get the Millennium Falcon, do the Kessel Run, and try to cheat Jabba the Hutt. Points to consider. As I mentioned before, this game takes a lot of cues from many space pickup and deliver games, including some more modern titles like Firefly and Zaya. And as such, it doesn't so much do much to stray from the formula. Get money, buy better gear, and go and accomplish random missions, so it really puts more of its own spin on the genre rather than reinventing it. And some parts of the game seem to shine more than others, with running missions for bounties and money more of the mainstay than combat, and that's definitely fine for this style of game, but you can't help but expect that fighting the Imperial Patrol to be more compelling than it is here. And the board, while modular, is actually arranged in this partial ring that for one may sit awkwardly on your table, but also the board ends up feeling really linear. There are definite clear ends to it, and really only a couple lanes passing through each segment, so it really feels much less like an expansive space map than running back and forth along a line. And finally, the mechanics to bring the narrative into the game do come at some cost. You find yourself frequently sifting through these database cards that are numbered and carry a lot of the narrative, which feels inelegant as the game comes to a halt for you to sift through the deck. And also, there aren't that many narratives, at least for now, so you can expect to see the same stories come up often. So, in summary, it's a spin on the space pickup and deliver sandbox game, this time with the Star Wars theme. It works to weave a lot of the classic Star Wars narrative at the expense of somewhat clunky cards, and the game does have some great components, but the map and the game itself can feel narrow and linear. Thanks so much for watching. Please make sure you like this video and subscribe to the channel.